I've said this for a long time. It is 100% true. A good state championship caliber high school boys team would smoke the best team in the WNBA. Let me repeat that because it's true and it's important. A good state championship level boys high school team would absolutely smoke the WNBA champions. Give me a team from California, New York, Texas, or Florida. I would bet my entire savings in the bank that the boys' high school team would beat the WNBA team. Give me 25 or more state champions. Oh, because some states are small, right? Like, I don't know how many people play high school basketball in Wyoming. I don't know how many people play in Rhode Island, right? Like, some states don't have that big a population. So the state championship basketball team might not be very good there. But for the 25 largest states in America, every single one of those states has a state champion boys basketball team that would obliterate the NBA, WNBA champion in a game. Now, look, some people like middle school, low-level high school basketball. Most of those people we call parents. But if you love the WNBA, you can go buy your WNBA tickets and you can go sit courtside. For most of us, we would rather have $5 in cash than the WNBA team in our city win a championship. That's because the WNBA doesn't have fans. And it's not because the media won't cover the WNBA. ESPN shoves the WNBA down our throats even though nobody cares because they have to do it as part of their partnership with the NBA. The WNBA has never made any money because people don't care, because women don't care. You know who actually go watch the WNBA? Men. Men are WNBA fans, and there aren't very many of them, but that's who actually goes and watches. So what's interesting about this is when I say all of these, which are irrefutably true, and when I point out that the WNBA has existed basically for 25 years now, a quarter of a century, that it still has no fans, that people still don't care at all about the WNBA, people are like, oh my goodness, how dare you? This is so sexist of you. It's such a misogynistic thing to say. No, it just means the sport sucks. And most sports fans don't care about it at all. And of course, at ESPN, they've got a white knight for the WNBA. So this all started because they said, oh, New York City has a new big three. And then they shared a picture of three people that nobody knew. That is artificial engineering, right? If you tell me something that is not true, right? Everybody knew the original big three. Everybody knows Kyrie Irving. Everybody knows James Harden. Everybody knows Kevin Durant. You might not love the NBA. You would recognize, if you are a sports fan, all three of those people. Most of you can't even name 3 WNBA franchises. I don't even know how many there are. Most of you can't name 5 total WNBA players. Even if you're a diehard basketball fan, you can't do that. That's because the product sucks. And in a capitalistic marketplace, if your product sucks, you lose. Our product doesn't suck. It sometimes astounds me that we are able to dominate at OutKick and keep setting records for our audience. And I don't even have to say anything controversial to get labeled controversial. Saying the WNBA sucks as a product is considered controversial. That's where we are. So I was trending yesterday and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the best possible advertisement for OutKick imaginable, because I'm the only person who's brave enough to say what almost every sports fan agrees with, which is the WNBA sucks and we don't care about it. I can't believe this is real life. And then some guy at WNBA might as well be, some guy at ESPN hops into the comments, one of their social media top employees, directors, and says that I'm stupid and that I don't that I have that must have had a lobotomy. And look, I don't care. You can say whatever you want about me, but don't try to apologize afterwards. Because when you apologize afterwards for something that you actually mean, all you're doing is further providing evidence of how much BS everything that ESPN does is, right? When you're an ESPN employee and you say I'm stupid and you say that I must have had a lobotomy for saying the WNBA sucks and that it's being shoved down our throats for 25 years by ESPN because they have to do that as part of their partnership with the NBA, all of which is true. Don't come back and then say, oh, I'm sorry. I was just disappointed. I was late at night. I didn't mean to like tweets that were saying you're stupid and that you got a lobotomy. Now just own it, right? You believe that because you are part and parcel of the woke infrastructure at ESPN that has destroyed that company. Truly has. I believe that every company in America should do away with every bit of diversity and inclusion, people who are employed for that, right? Like every big company now has a diversity and inclusion group or a director of diversity or something like that. Those are all BS jobs. And ESPN has been taken over by a woke universe that is destroying the brand of that company. And all you got to do is say the WNBA sucks, and that's not permissible. And also, it's a function of how rigged Twitter is that I can trend by saying something that almost every sports fan in America agrees with. So thank you. I can't believe that I can win by simply saying things that overwhelming percentages of the American population agree with. Same thing with me saying, hey, men should play against men and women should play against women, and men who decide that they're women shouldn't be considered women's athletes. I don't think anyone at ESPN has ever said that publicly. Want to know why OutKick keeps dominating? Because everybody agrees with me, and I'm willing to say it publicly.